Waterson up. Wilson gone. Kick it emerges. Hand pass to Renstead. Renstead a high kick looking for Wake. He's got up by himself. And Gavin Wake a chance at the, 2-minute mark of the second quarter to bring up East Fremantle's first goal. He hasn't got it yet. Wake, 35 metres out. He's got it now. And East Fremantle have got there first.
Well, thank goodness for that. East Fremantle worked that ball down from their full back line with just a series of short kicks. They've waited a long while to open their account with a goal, and it was left to Wake, the player that was on the end of it. And let's see if East Fremantle can fight back in this second quarter when it looks like the game's already been blown to bits.
Alexander's back on the ball opposed to Johns, just over the 2-minute mark in the second. And the blue and whites need a tremendous quarter. Alexander gets it down. The brutal back up. Out it comes from Ellis. On the wing to Wilson. Plenty of pace from this fellow. Long kick towards full forward, looking for Bennett or Harding. Not a chance for Kerr. Still in play. Thrown in the right full forward pocket. Well, they're applying plenty of pressure of blue and whites. Haven't got much cohesion in the forward line. Waterson going to take the ruck on. No, Harding's there now against Johns. Out it comes to Kimberley, sharked it well. Goes for the line and it's out of play.
So that'll be Wilson tangling with a couple of gentlemen of the law who really aren't making any effort to get out of the road. Wilson's kick breaking around the boundary line, had distance but not accuracy. And so 1-5-11 to East Fremantle, 10-8-68 to Swans. Maluli again to bring the ball into play. This goes short to Rance. There's not a soul within cooey of him.
No discipline or professionalism from East Fremantle.
And aren't Swans exploiting that as well? That's Skorowski now. Skorowski to left wing. Holmes underneath it. And that's Brennan. Brennan has the ball on the right wing for East Fremantle. Goes long into the forward line. Nice kick. But John's far too big. Harding taps it on. Taylor into the goals. He scores. Neesham's put him down. Boy, has Neesham put him down.
I think there was a bit of play acting as well on that occasion. Kevin Taylor for East Fremantle to get back.
Here it comes. Here it comes again. There's Taylor. Boom. Don't know how much play acting, but they've gotten the goal.
And 2 goals in this opening 4 minutes of play. So East Fremantle starting to work their way back. Swans definitely can't afford to relax. It's East Fremantle 2-5-17. Swan Districts 10-8-68.
4.5-minute mark in the second. Big crowd here hoping that the blue and whites can come back. Johns gets the thump. Satori. Ellis. Richardson's there with him. Back up now from Taylor, who's concentrating more on the ball. It's a shocking hand pass. Ellis trying to come across. Still on the half-forward line. Oh, brilliant done by Holmes to Shine. Great football, Swans. Taken by Marshall.
Tremendous shepherding too by Barry Kimberley to get Ron Alexander out of the way. There could have been an awful collision on that occasion.
There it is. From Shine to Marshall, he'd be about 40 metres out. Marshall played a great game last week when he came on. He's offline with this one. Won't make the distance. Is it a mark? I think it is, to Bryce Foreman in the last line of defence, and that might give him confidence. Comes out to the member stand flank. Stephen Green. Had his share of kicks. Oh, undecided. Browning. Browning's looking for a lead. There it comes in the centre, and it's taken by Taylor. Taylor gets it to Waterson. Waterson, a long kick towards full forward. Here's a chance. Nobody home for the blue and whites. Great play by Solomon. He's well tackled. Is he holding the ball? No, it's play on.
As Maluli tries to get it out. This is now Outridge. A bit of urgency about East Fremantle at the moment. As Langsford, a long hand pass to Kimberley, waiting patiently. Kimberley puts it into the forward line. Marshall's all by himself. Across comes Browning to try and do something about it, but not before Marshall puts the ball into the forward line. And it's out of bounds on the 50-metre line.
And I feel in this opening 5 minutes, Swan District certainly are lacking urgency in their play. Who could blame them most probably for relaxing? They can't afford.
Right on the 50-metre line, Alexander got the ball down, tries to burst out. An air shot. Still Alexander battling, 3 of them. And it's 68-17, and we've played 6.5 minutes into the second quarter. Again, Alexander got the tap. This is Stephen Green. Back to Browning. Left foot kick from Clinton Browning. Taylor the target. Got it to ground. Joe Armat fumbles. Almost being held. Taylor rushes through. Gavin Wake in front. Shovels the ball out. Watterson uses body well. Long hand pass. Blind one though. It went from Satori to Neesham. Neesham punched away from Narkolo by Brennan. Opportunity now for Rankin. Haven't seen much of him. He's caught. Breaks the tackle. Long kick into the forward line. Kickett goes back. Can't mark. Oh, Darren Bennett knocked his own man down. And it's going to be a kick to Satori. Satori, last line of defence for Swan.
Satori's playing centre half back at the moment, so plenty of switch. Oh, courageous mark by Bill Skorowski.
Dangerous kick by the defender.
Half back flank. The finals expert, Bill Skorowski, kicks it towards the wing. Kimberley battling with Renstead. Alexander comes in to give a hand, so does Richardson, and well played. Steve Richardson gets it back in towards the centre. And a good mark there to Murray Rents. He's now playing at centre half forward. He's taken this one on the wing. Gone short to Kimberley, still running on his own. Christie and Shine. Shine will win this one. Gives it to Marshall. Marshall gets out of the tackle. Kicks it towards half forward. Ellis, a thump. Well, not playing much cohesion, but they got out of that one, the blue and whites. Over towards Blake. Blake and Langsford. Gets it up towards the half-forward line to Watterson again. Kicks it in towards the pocket. Chance for Kickett. Bennett having trouble holding the ball.
Great play by Maluli, who's playing in closer than a poor relative. And so it's Maluli to bring the ball across to the other side of the ground. It's on the left half-back flank. This is the way Swan switch play. Neesham finds Rance, blinded by the sun a bit, but he's controlled the ball. Left wing to left half forward from Murray Rance. Opportunity for Marshall. With him was Christie. Boundary line too close for everybody. And Brad Shine slipped and kicked it out of bounds.
We've just seen the effect that that first quarter onslaught's had on the East Fremantle players. Just not awake to the switch from Tom Maluli.
Okay, as Brennan comes to the right wing. Ahmed goes back. This is Murray Renstead. Long kick from Renstead. Bennett the target. Uses body well to get Maluli out of the road.
He's a big, strong player. He's capable of taking strong marks, and he's a straight kick.
Here it is.
Great use of the body. They were both in that.
Yep. So Bennett now from 25, 30 metres out. And East Fremantle desperately need a score. It's a good-looking kick from Bennett. And East Fremantle got their third.
Yes, and East Fremantle are the side that are doing all the attacking in this second quarter. We've played 10 minutes, and they've kicked 3 goals, 2 for the quarter. Swan Districts have been restricted to 1 point. But they were faced in a very desperate situation at quarter time, East Fremantle. They were trailing by close to 11 goals, and they must keep pressing on.
Young Shark will get a lot of confidence in that, young Darryl Bennett. There's the breeze going towards the right, or the western end.
John Todd must be aware of East Fremantle's attacking potential, because Rance is back at centre half back.
Holmes gets it out. Rankin. Back it comes towards the forward line. Chance for Watterson. At the back, I think, to Colin Watterson. And he's just over the centre square, about a good 60 metres out. Oh, a long kick from Watterson, a beautiful kick from Watterson, 60 to 65 metres, and perhaps that will boost the blue and white Sharks.
Well, the blue and whites are repeating what Swan Districts did in that first quarter. The breeze, they're kicking with the breeze, and they're doing all the attacking, as we've said, and Watterson kicks his first, and that's their 4th goal for the quarter. And so East Fremantle's score looks a lot better. They're 4 goals, 5-29. Swan Districts 10-8, 68, and we've played 11 minutes in the second quarter.
So it's looking a little healthier for East Fremantle, but they are really like the boy with a barrow at the moment. Alexander, Holmes though for the Swan Districts. Taylor tries to emerge. Roger Kerr, he's got Armat and Holmes to try and beat. Going to be hard. As Brennan tried to come through. Holmes concentrated on the ball. Marshall off the ground. Browning towards the boundary line. Holmes gets there first, keeps it in, and his hand pass to Kimberley was just over the line.
Well, I'd imagine that John Todd would be employing his runner to get around to tell all his charges to start to concentrate again.
Nolan about to come on.
Nolan, an interchange. Alexander from behind that bounced off Satori's head to Holmes. High kick into the forward line. Oh, great shot. What courage. What superb courage.
Why didn't Holt go and try and mark that ball? He didn't want to know anything about it.
You're right. Dead right. High kick into the forward line. Knocked away from Johns. Play on. Foreman into the open. But this is Nartle for Swan Districts. And he's happy to see it over the line on the 50-metre line. 68 plays, 29, 12 and a half minutes, second quarter.
Hold off. Nolan on that half-back line. Ellis coming in. Does it well, gets it back towards the centre. Wilson in front. And get it, Armat. And it comes towards the flank. Turn to Bill Skorowski's tackled. Lyon. Or is it? It's a kick. In the back, apparently.
This is the trouble. Kevin Taylor on that occasion shouldn't have been penalised, but because he's had a lot to say to the umpire, they're not his friend.
Bill Skorowski rounding in front. Oh, takes the mark or the push, whatever you like. Must come back and take his kick.
A lot more life coming into this East Fremantle side. The players are starting to run.
There's the mark, and he's held as he come down. Eyes on the ball all the way, Clint Browning. As I said, some of these senior players have certainly got to help the youngsters along. Goes to half forward, not a good kick. Over the head of the pack. Selwyn goes for the boundary. Is it a kick? No, it's a throw into the umpire.
He had nowhere to go on that occasion.
Wasn't deliberate. And that throw in about 35 metres out from the blue and white goal. Alexander's come in. Satori gets it. Holmes around the net. Oh, holding the ball.
I'll tell you what, Swan Districts have got to get a lot hungrier. They've gone off the boil.
Holmes doesn't like it, but Graham Pickett is going to take the kick from about 50 metres out.
That's a good comment. They've let, I don't know whether they obviously wouldn't have thought they had the game won at quarter time, but there's an urgency about East Fremantle they certainly didn't have in the first quarter, and there's no reason for it.
Graham Pickett just inside the 50-metre line, but if he kicks this one, it'll be valuable. Long kick towards it, Subiac, and it's a good kick from Pickett. Full points.
Well, the fifth goal to East Fremantle in this second quarter. They couldn't kick one in the first, and they've played only 15 minutes. So all of a sudden, a tremendous fight back being staged by East Fremantle. They've started to concentrate on the ball. The players have naturally settled down in the second quarter. A lot of players haven't played in a grand final.
What about the psychological advantage of the breeze?
I don't know that it's that much. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think it's Swan District's attitudes off the boil.
Nolan on the ball, doesn't get the tap. Neesham to Fogarty, and that was from Satori to half forward. Shine! Brilliant. He's having a game and a half today.
He won the medal last year.
One of the littlest fellows on the
Here's
ground.
the mark again.
Magnificent
So
use of the body.
Brad Shine. Kick didn't match the mark. It's into the forward line though. Knocked away from Marshall.
You've got to take your hat off to the defence too. Their decision not to move anybody's paid off because they've all started to perform.
Johns gets the tap. This is Barry Kimberley. Has a quick kick towards full forward. Hutton works dangerously. Knocked away from him. Harding, you'll only get one grab at it. He's got it. Paul Harding, he's going to lose it if he's not careful. Brad Shine's with him. Wilson tries to come through. Harding's going to have to mop up. He's run into a brick wall though. Got the hand pass away. Skorowski to Neesham. Now it's Swan's turn to mount as Kimberley's available on the far side of the ground. Rankin closing, but not before Kimberley puts the ball into the forward line. Marshall inside, 25 metres. He shrugs up the tackle, hooks, scores. Good play.
That goal was the result of Paul Harding forgetting that he hasn't played football for quite a few weeks. He's got carried away, tried to run the ball too much. He's overdone it, and it's let Swan Districts in together with their switch in play again. Barry Kimberley on that far side is lurking on his own. Magnificent play, and I thought Marshall could have handballed this ball to his teammate as well.
No talking, 11-8 to 5-5 at the 16.5-minute mark of the second. Favour of Swan Districts. Back in the centre, Satori's in there. Neesham, experienced players now as Taylor gets it out. Wait appealing for the kick, but he's not going to get it. Langsford, that's the third kick he's had with his left foot. Kicked it to half forward. Mark being paid? Yes, it has to George Christie. He's on the 50-metre defensive line. A little bit unsure where to go, but he must come up the centre. He's looking for leads on the other side.
Yeah, he's got players.
He's going to go right across the ground of Ellis. It comes off. Back up quickly from Green. Stephen Green goes to half forward. Kick it over the top, can't get it. Chance for Winstead. Taylor slipped over at the wrong time. Skorowski pushes it out to kick it. It's still only about 40 metres out. The umpire letting it go. Chance for Rankin. Rankin's clear. Got plenty of time to kick a high one towards full forward. They're jostling. It's a mark to Bennett.
Yeah.
It is. Darren Bennett about 30 metres out.
Well, they're slowly getting right back into this game, and from a statistic point of view, goals kicked and goals kicked against, there's very little in between these two sides, and Darren Bennett, the player that was a sensation in that second semi, with a chance to kick his second.
Yeah, the big 6'5" youngster right in front has kicked another goal.
And East Fremantle's sixth of the quarter. We've played just 18 minutes. So East Fremantle have improved their situation tremendously. They're 6 goals, 5-41. All scored those goals in this quarter. Swan Districts 11-8-74. So Swan Districts still lead by a margin of 27 points, but they'll want to stretch that by half-time.
Their centre line's come good, kid.
Yeah, interesting that if Swans hadn't have scored that goal a moment ago through Marshall, it would have been 6-10, a remarkable comeback. So it'll be Satori and Nolan. Satori with the tap. Neesham can't get his side going. Nolan tries to pat it along. Goes out through the back door, but not before the umpire had blown his whistle.
If East Fremantle overtake Swans, what an irony. They've been slow starters. This time they've got the best start in the world.
Satori with the tap, but this is Rankin, a high kick to half forward. Watterson came out, misjudged it, has to try and go back in, thumped it into the open. Chance for East Fremantle now, kick it caught, got the hand pass to Wilson, he can have a shot, oh dear, off the side of his foot, and a goal then would have been very handy.
Well, that was a sign of a player that has yet to settle down in this grand final. He was on his own, his teammates should have been talking to him, he just blazed away.
And again, Maluli kicks the ball to himself and gains that extra valuable meterage, and it's a lovely long kick. Across comes Barry Kimberley. Love the way they switched that play. Kimberley to the half-forward line. Chance for Christie. Hutton out the back door. Marshall caught to Narkle, who's not. Narkle to the 25-metre line. And a good mark in defence to Foreman.
He's taking the punt. He's going for his marks, and it's coming off.
Foreman's come right across the ground towards a half-back line. It's a good mark to Sterrett's on the ground now. Apparently one of the reserves. Sterrett on the half-back flank. A lot of these players have lifted their game for the Sharks. Winstead, who's playing on the half-forward flank now, kicks it up to Taylor. He's got to go round on that left foot, but his handball it in. Oh, took his eye off the ball.
Yeah.
Wilson, but Lily no trouble in kicking it down to Neesham.
That was so blatant, wasn't it? Yes. They had their head up, wondering who was going to come in at him, and completely overran the ball. Neesham, left centre wing. To half forward. Brennan goes back and takes a beauty. And that would have rattled his back up a bit as Brad Shine crashed into it. Brennan from right half back. A high kick. Watterson the target. He's caught behind. Thumps it on cleverly. Now a chance for Wilson. It bounces better for him. He's into the open space. 55 metres out. Takes a bit more care with the kick. Alexander left foot. Oh, he was pulled off the kick just as he went to have it.
Well, what magnificent play from Watterson. You know, if he can't mark the ball, he'll hit it into the open space for those runners.
Believe it or not, East Fremantle are back in this game. As Maluli goes short to Skorowski. Skorowski, oh, pops a hand pass high, brick wall stuff, too long for Armac, and I think that's the first error I've seen Swans make.
Well, what a change that's come over the game. They're just playing Swan Districts. Taylor's in a lot of trouble there with the leg, and East Fremantle can't afford to have him injured because he is one of the players that's got them back into the game.
Okay, so Watterson now will kick from more 50 metres out, 49 metres out. The distance shouldn't bother him. There it goes. Long, high kick. It's up to the side. No, it's not. It is. But the reason I call it like that is because Alexander normally he just clapped that one and ran through and thought had scored a goal.
Trying to kid the goal umpire.
Yeah.
Neesham's got it. Boots it out to Kimberley. Kimberley's at last got a man on him out there, but he takes a mark. Well done. Kimberley boots it towards half forward. Hutton's come out there at the moment. Foreman's in front. Oh, mark up. Hey.
What a comeback by Foreman.
That looked like a mark from here for sure.
There are two players that certainly haven't stopped being intense in their shine.
Well, he juggled it, dropped it at the last second apparently. The umpire said he didn't hold it long enough. Back come East Fremantle towards the centre. Neesham's in front.
The two players I want to mention, Shine and Kimberley, they're still going like they were in that first quarter.
Yep.
Neesham goes out towards the flank. Brett Hutton's out there, and he's about 65 metres out on the right half forward flank out of side. And what's he done? He's kicked it out of bounds.
That's the sin in football, and once again another sign that the Swan District side have relaxed in concentration.
What amazing. Foreman did that well to get it back. Ball now to the centre of the ground. Neesham knocked on by Watterson, but only as far as Fogarty. Fogarty out of trouble. Langsford to Rance. Rance to Neesham. This is good back-up play from Swans. Neesham in and out of trouble. Called the play on. It's a big, long kick back into the forward line. Opportunity for Kickett. He's got around Satori. Lobs it into the forward line, and Taylor's all by himself.
One pass becoming, I'm starting to realise that maybe it was the worst thing that could have happened to Swan Districts in the first quarter to start so brilliantly, because they've gone bye-byes.
Gee, they have at the moment. Well, they appear to have anyway. 6-8 to 11-8. 5 goals the difference. Still a handy lead in the final, but the way East Fremantle are playing, they could close that. Goal here would be handy. Long kick. He's put it through, and East Fremantle have got number 7.
So what a magnificent quarter of football. So that breeze out there, although it doesn't seem much to us, must be a big part in the game, because East Fremantle, kicking with it, have now kicked 7 goals, 5 in the quarter. They could only manage 3 points in the first, and Swan Districts going into it have only managed 1-1. John Todd obviously very worried about what he's seen.
4-goal difference at the moment in favour of Swans. We're coming up to the 25-minute mark. John's trying to get the tap taken away by Nolan. Neesham's in there battling too. A scramble in that centre circle. Sock it off the ground towards half forward. That's the way the blue and whites are going at the moment. Wilson. Chance for Taylor. He's wrong-footed there. He'll have to come around. He's battling there. He's going to be shepherded by Renstead. Oh, it was a good shepherd too, and the ball's got out of play.
And what clever play from Kevin Taylor. It's his kick. He's obviously carrying a leg, but what shrewd performance from him. And he kept his body right behind the ball, and the opposition just interfered.
I've got no idea how Taylor got the kick, because Wilson came in and pushed, I think, Skorowski in the middle of the back, which caused Skorowski to fall straight into Taylor.
Well,
and the umpire missed it.
He's just outside the 50-metre line.
Unbelievable. He pushed Skorowski into Taylor.
Kevin Taylor will have the kick from just outside the 50-metre line. There's that long, raking left foot kick, but it's offline. Oh, he's pulled it out of play.
So, East Fremantle, a magnificent fight back.
You watch this. Boom, straight into him.
He was legged, I think, by the look of it.
No,
I agree with you, he was pushed.
Armat was pushed straight into him. Anyway, play goes on. Chance for Richardson, who's been quiet since quarter time. We're in the time-on period of the second quarter, actually, and it's 74 to 50. Not much in it. As through comes Kimberley, shrugs off the tackle, fires the ball into the forward line. Brad Shine, courage, lost at that time. His ball gone out. Oh! And that could have almost been medium danger against Shane Ellis.
What magnificent recovery from Brad Shine.
Like a panther, he was straight back into it. Foreman gets a big tap away. Narkle goes to the ground. This allows Rankin to use his left foot to get out of trouble. Pops the ball up towards the wing. This is Sterrett. Sterrett rifles the ball into half-forward, but only as far as Neesham.
So East Fremantle only trail by 4 goals.
Neesham towards the centre. They're making mistakes. Now the black and whites are in the dust pack in the centre. Picked up by Renstead. Away he goes to half-forward. Oh, not a good kick. Skarowski again. Back to Neesham. Experience of some of the Swans players. Neesham at half-back. Hutton's come right out to take this one, just about on left centre wing. He's still playing at full forward. He's a long way out. Drives it back into centre half-forward. Ellis is there. A little bit of jostling. Oh, Ellis has paid the mark. Gives it to Wake. And East Fremantle score again before the siren. Taylor in front. Chance for Wilson. There he goes. 45 metres. Up to the 25-metre line. He steadies. And he's put it through. Great bit of play, Peter Wilson.
Well, Peter Wilson will feel very good after that, because we saw him on a couple of occasions during this second quarter where he didn't commit himself, but he realised that he's got to get back to desperate football. Great play again. And East Fremantle, a remarkable comeback. Have scored 8 goals, 5 for this quarter. A magnificent exhibition, and this game is up for grabs. It's 74 Swan Districts, 56 East Fremantle, and we've played 28 minutes.
Unbelievable. You could have got any money on East Fremantle you wanted at quarter time, and they're right back in the game. 56 to 74. Johns versus Nolan. Nolan over the top. Johns gets a tap. Rankin shovels it forward. Sterrett now with the left foot. It's starting to happen a bit for them. They've all tripped over. Bennett into an open goal, shoots and puts it through again.
We can't believe what we're seeing. It's just remarkable.
This is unbelievable.
And that's Bennett's 3rd goal for the game.
Rankin's got on top of that. A lot coming from him.
The ball is just getting out of that centre square with the ease that Swan Districts had, and Bennett makes no mistake about it. So a magnificent quarter. 8 goals, or 9 goals for this quarter, East Fremantle, and Swans kicked 10 with the breeze in the first.
28-minute mark, and the centre line of East Fremantle, and getting the ball out of the centre. Rankin's well on top of Narkle at the moment.